When I had to manage my first really difficult team member, a lack of knowing of what to do stopped me from getting control of the situation and creating improvement. I was okay to have those difficult conversations. I asked him to hit agreed deadlines, to reduce his mistake, to stop trying to make me look silly. All of this just didn't work. It didn't create improvement. If anything, he was getting worse. The lack of consequences from his action boosted his confidence and emboldened him to create even more problems for me. Other team members started raising eyebrows and making comments. Their standards started to slip. A little bit at first. It felt like a snowball at the top of a hill, slowly gathering momentum. The collective impact on the team is what got me really worried. I could see the team starting to go downhill. I felt my influence, control and authority over the situation was hanging by a thread. I started out confident, calm and sure a couple of conversations would be enough. After all, that is what has worked perfectly well for me in the past. I ended up scared, worried, fearful and with my confidence dropping. I was really worried what my bosses would think of me and was really concerned that my management career might take a massive knock months after getting my first proper management position. I felt I was heading into the last chance saloon. I had a really great boss at the time, my best boss ever in fact. Even with a great boss, admitting that I was in trouble and needed help was not an easy decision. I didn't want to admit weakness and potentially cause her to doubt my ability to do a good job. I didn't want to let down the person who had promoted me. Asking for help was the best decision I made. I look back and it was one of those rare inflection points in my career. The outlook was bad. I asked for help and that outlook transformed. Almost overnight I got my confidence back. I got my energy back. My boss explained exactly what I needed to do and why. To her, the situation was no big deal, just another day being a manager. She spent quite a lot of time coaching me through each stage and step I needed to take. Having an experienced, confident person on my shoulder, whispering advice in my ear was amazing. It gave me so much confidence. All my previous doubts and fears disappeared. Because I was really confident in the steps that I was taking, this came across in my demeanour, my non-verbal communication and my body language. My mindset changed. All of this had a pretty instant impact on my difficult employee. Suddenly he was not so confident anymore. He started listening to what I was asking for. He started taking action to improve where there was little improvement before. His attitude became more respectful, more reasonable. Knowing exactly what to do and why I needed to take each step was transformational for me. Looking back, I now know why so many managers struggle to get improvement from their worst team members or difficult employees. The steps to take are interdependent. You can't take one or two of them and expect results. I've tried this out and it doesn't work. When you are taking all the steps together, they create a framework that creates significant psychological pressure for improvement on your worst team member. They feel obliged to try to improve. You are making it very hard for them to say no, to resist or to ignore. And the best part, you're not really using fear tactics at all, but a much more powerful social force, reciprocity. Avoiding fear tactics is really important. I've seen plenty of managers demand the individual improves. I've seen them use threats and subtly or not so subtly basically say, do what you're told or I will get you fired. This creates fear and uncertainty in your worst employee. They often go into flight or fight mode. In fight mode, they make your life even more difficult. In flight mode, they just start looking for another job. Much more importantly, you risk damaging trust with the rest of the team. The team might start worrying about when it'll be their turn to get the same treatment from you. They spend more time and effort protecting their position and job. They don't take the same risks anymore, so their development and performance drops. They aren't willing to take the same ownership of tasks. They ask for your opinion more and for you to make more of their decisions. This slows down their work, reduces the impact of their work and increases your workload as a manager. When this happens across the team, and it will when you lose trust, the overall performance of the team drops. Even if it starts as only a little bit, it won't be long before the performance drop becomes really noticeable to everyone. It is just as important to know what not to do as it is to know what to do. Everything you do must be considered through the lens of how my decision or my actions impact the trust of the team. No trust means no team. Lower trust means lower team performance. It is surprisingly easy to damage team trust, and it takes quite a while to build it. Knowing exactly what to do is transformational. You gain the confidence to take each step quickly and at the right time. It is like using stepping stones to cross a fast-flowing river. In daylight and when the stepping stones are big and are dry, you're going to get across regardless of how fast the river is flowing. If you don't know what to do, it's like trying to use stepping stones that seem to have shrunk, that are covered in moss and are slippery while wearing a blindfold. Chances are high you're going to take a misstep and fall into the river. I invite you to join our How to Manage Difficult Employees course to learn exactly what to do, in what order, and also what to avoid doing when you're trying to get improvement from your worst team member or any difficult staff member, or when tackling people problems in your team. I invite you to click on the button below to join this course.